Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Woo. We're back at it. Woohoo. Okay, let's see. I'm just taking a look at some things. SBFM. All right, so my weekly goal. Sorry, allergies are killing me. It's like I'm not congested, but my eyes are always running. So I'm just looking at a few things this morning. My weekly goal this week is to focus on reading the tape and level 2 for exit indicators and entries. And I'm still working with a stripped down layout. I'm looking to really just kind of nail in the fundamentals. All right, so SBFM is running up. Look at that already. Okay, I'm looking for a bull flag pullback on that. Let's just see here. Total volume is high, has less than 5 million shares outstanding. It's a penny stock, but let's see the daily chart. Oh, wow. Okay, so it was like on a rundown. Let's see what's going on. Why? Let's see, 20 stocks moving pre-market. Let's see if there's news. I don't see news on it. I'm looking at some other ones, GOVX, HCAI. So this popped up right at 4 a.m. This is the high of day. Oh, wow. Okay. Wow. So let's see. This went way beyond high of day. Now it looks like it's pulling back. Hmm. Let's see. We're just watching SBFM right now. I'm looking for the price moving up. No price hesitation, no big sellers in the ask. Some big sellers are popping up, but then they're getting eaten up right away. There's a ton of volume on this. That's a ton of volume already. Wow. I'm really focusing on level 2 and tape this week. I got to nail down the basics, guys, before I get too fancy. A big buyer on the bid. Oh, wow. I think I just saw, oh, look at that, 93, yep, 93,000 shares on the, there are big sellers on the ask. Wow. Haven't really looked at much else yet. This kind of popped up. So look at that, huh? Huge pop up. Let's see what else is going on. GOVX. HCAI, NEXT, ZDAI, SLE. So SBFM is the only one trending up right now, but it's pulling back. So is this a bull flag pullback? Or, because I don't see news. So I'm kind of wondering, I don't know why my watch list isn't showing. Oh, there we go. HCWB. DSC. Look at the daily. Look at that. It's kind of So there's definitely a window up to 243. Good morning, James. Right now I'm watching SBFM. Big sellers on the, there's always a big seller at the top that asks, oh, 133. Oh, didn't catch my order. Tried to get in, but it didn't catch it. I was looking for that break over 135. A ton of volume, huh? So we've got high a day at 150. I think this was an ABCD pattern. I think I finally saw it. So it's like tapping 150, high of day. Okay, so I'm going to say that was a high of day breakout. And I did see price hesitation, and then I think I only used one exit indicator. I didn't let it go to break even. Thank you. I feel like, yeah, that felt good. You know, it's easier for me to see what's happening with less stuff Now I'm looking at the price and level 2 more closely. So now we're at high of day. I could have let that run longer though. You know, I only used one exit indicator. I saw the price hesitation and I got out. So, my goal this week is to really, really, really look at like the tape in the level 2 as opposed to, I'm really working with like a stripped down, stripped down thing. So I could have let that go longer. I only used, I got out when I saw some price hesitation, but I didn't look for a second exit indicator. So yeah, so that was a high of day breakout. That was the, now maybe a bull flag pullback forming. Let's see. Potentially. $63. Micro pullback. I'm looking for another high of day breakout. Okay. All right, so that was another high of day breakout. It kind of popped down to break even, popped below my entry, and I looked to get out at break even. Popped below entry, to get out at break even. Okay. That was a micro pullback, but the price was going down. All right, so I'm out for 15 minutes. So, because that was a red trade. Let's see. So 719 plus 15 minutes is what? 734. All right, I'm out till 734. But on that, I saw the price dropping and I saw the red on the tape. And so I got out. Interesting morning so far. This is definitely interesting just watching the tape. And the level 2. I didn't think that was a solid setup. Let's see if it breaks out over HIVE day. It did. $30. Wow, 231, 234, 235. So my last trade was not a solid setup. And look, I missed the move. I missed the move. 250. 250, 250. Let's see. Oh, it broke right through 250. 254, 255, 256, 257. Wow. 56, 57, 56, 7. So there we go. That's price hesitation on the tape. 255, 256, 255. This is very helpful. 253, backtracking, pulling back. Okay. Oh, there we go. Oh, wow. Oh, shoot. I forgot to check if it was easy to borrow or hard to borrow. Hard to borrow. Wow. This red candle. Ooh. It's a big bottoming tail. '50s. It's approaching 250 again. Ah, broke through 250 again. Popped up. There we go. 60. Back down to oh. Well, that is a very long topping tail. Oh my, look at that. Look at that candle. That's like real indecision, right? Look at that. It closed almost where it opened. What a candle. Wow. That's, what do they call that? A long-legged doji, right? Interesting. Okay, I'm still in timeout, guys. Well, this is interesting. Wow, 217, 221. So HIVE day is up here at 264. I'm going to look at the daily chart. Okay, so on the daily chart, the high is 243. So this is blue sky, right? So it's above the high on the daily chart. So, by the way, I hope you all had a good weekend. I realized that I haven't said hi. I mean, I said hi earlier, but I got so into SBFM right away that I didn't even. I hope you all had a good weekend. Let's see, GOVX is popping up. So, I'm going to take that off my list here. GOVX making high of day. Let's see what that looks like on the daily chart. So, okay, so there's room for GOVX to go up. Hard to borrow. Shares outstanding, only 3 million. So I put a pause on Warrior Trading scanners because the cost was just eating into my profits that I made earlier in the year. And I love their scanners, but I needed something less expensive. So one of you guys suggested Zendu scanner on YouTube. So I'm using that combined with, I set up some scanners on Thinkorswim. So that's what I'm using. So I'm still in timeout, but I'm taking a look at everything. NXXT is in a downward trend. HCAI in a downward trend. ZDAI, same thing. Okay. GOVX and SBFM. SBFM is in a pretty sharp pullback here. But weddings are fun, right? That's a good reason to take it easy. That's a good reason to take it easy. I hung out with friends Friday and Saturday and night, and I worked Saturday morning a little bit, and then yesterday I did a whole bunch of videos for this channel. So those are all coming out next weekend, and the weekend after that I did like a whole bunch of videos on stuff that I really wanted to do. So I mean, I have like a million videos I want to do. That's the hard part, is like, which one do I pick? But yeah, I'm kind of enjoying being back in my regular schedule because I traveled a lot this year. Oh, I am going to Vegas the first week in June. And I'm excited because I love the hiking out in the desert. Like, I love, love, love it. I don't know if any of you have been to Red Rock Canyon in Vegas, but they have like petroglyphs on some of the rocks. It's just amazing. Yeah, I love the hiking out west. So, yeah, I just find like hiking in the desert and in near Vegas like so peaceful. I'm not a gambler, but I like playing poker online, not for money, but I'm like, should I try to play like a couple of hands of poker at a table? I've never done that before. I don't know, I'm afraid of losing my money. All right, so GOVX hit a high. It's got a pretty sharp pullback. SBFM, same thing, but I'll keep watching them. GOVX, I don't see news. SBFM, again, no news, but you know. Let's see, VRAX, penny stock. Let's see, they've got news though. Okay, so James Foster, CEO of VRAX Biolabs, appears on the Red Chip Small Stocks Big Money Show on Bloomberg TV to discuss how the company is developing next-generation immune function diagnostics to address large, underserved markets associated with post-acute infection syndromes, including long COVID and chronic fatigue syndrome. Oh my God, I got hit so hard with COVID. Let's see. Hard to borrow. Under 20 million shares outstanding. The volume, wow, look at the volume. Huh, SBFM, is that looking to make a reversal, or is this the backside of the move? GOVX. Same question. Are we looking to make a reversal, or is this the backside of the move? So this week, I'm watching the tape and the level 2. That's my goal this week, because I feel like I need to really focus on the fundamentals. And I started reading that really old book about tape reading. What's it called? By Wyckoff Internet. Studies in Tape Reading. So I started reading this book, and honestly, it's really interesting. I'm excited to read more of the book. And this might be my next book review. I know it's a really old book, but and I realize so many things have changed over the last 126 years. But it's just a really timeless book as far as what people are telling me. So I started reading that over the weekend. I think that might be my next book review. I'm a big believer in go to the source. SBFM. Okay, so I'm out of timeout, but gonna see if there's anything else going on. SBFM made a really strong run up. So now I'm really questioning when I got out here, I did see price hesitation, but I don't think this was a strong entry is what I'm trying this entry that I made here on this candle. I saw a momentary pullback. I went in on a micro pullback, and I think that wasn't a strong enough entry. VRAX. Look at that. Bull flag pullback, run up, high of day. Let's look at all right, there's room to go. Oh, look, I traded this before. All right, so wow. Got some interesting stuff already. I've already had 3 trades today. I'm slightly green. I'm still cutting my winners way too fast, guys. And I'm hoping to really dial that in. So, of course, one of the things that scared me about reading the first chapter of Studies in Tape Reading is that the author said that, it takes at least 27 hours a week of watching the tape in complete seclusion. I'm like, that's a lot. Hey, Ovi. Good morning. Haven't seen you in a while. I mean, you might have been here. I just haven't seen you comment for a while. Good morning. Yep, we're just kind of getting through it. So yeah, the book said, Wyckoff's book is saying, at least in the first chapter, now I am sitting here probably more than 27 hours a week watching tape, honestly, because there's the 3 hours I live stream every day, but then I'm also hopping on other times of the day, and I do sometimes trade other times of the day, and sometimes I hop on just to study and watch. So, do I get 27 hours? Maybe I do. I don't know where he came up with that magical number instead of 25 or 30. 27 seems oddly specific, right? So I don't know, but it is interesting to see how things were done when they had less information. Of course, things moved less slowly then. Of course, you had to call a broker on a phone. things were moving a lot less slowly. And he does say in the book, like, there's only like 6 big stocks they're trading. So you could get really good at reading one stock. And I know that's definitely a legitimate strategy. SBFM popping back up. GOVX trying to make a reversal. Okay. VRAX breaking out, but there's a lot of topping tails and I mean, that's a legitimate strategy, is picking just a few stocks to trade and getting really, really good at those few stocks. I think I like that idea, actually. That's what sort of attracts me about trading silver and gold. Like, you just have a limited, narrow focus and you just get really good at that. And I already have been watching silver and gold for a long time, so I'm thinking about that for a potential focus during the regular market hours. All right, so people are taking a lot of profit off the table on these. Is this an ABCD pattern? I keep trying to see it. Let's see. All right. Let's see what else is going on. GOVX. No. VRAX. Maybe. Maybe. Oh, there we go. Yep. But there's a lot of topping tails. Okay, 36. Buying at 36. Up. 38. Oh, there we go. It's climbing towards high of day. This candle's almost over. It's really hesitating. So I'm looking to get out at break even, dropping to 35, 36, 7, 36. Wow. All right. I was looking for a high of day breakout, and it, what do you call it? Price down, hesitation. Okay, that's 2 red trades. I'm out for 30 minutes. I should have got out right away. But I was hoping it would go back up to break even. Hoping. Thanks, OV. All right, so I've got what's the time? I'm out for 30 minutes. Let's see. 7:49. All right, so I'm out for a while. Thank you. Yeah. So I got in looking for a break of high of day, and it rejected. And I should have got out earlier because I saw that the price was moving down and price hesitation. And once it made that big red candle, I should have got out. Because that was recovering more than 50% of the last move. So I think I should have just got out. All right, so let's look at what we've got here. SBFM. And GOVX. I think these are kind of dead. VRAX. I don't know. Will it make a comeback? Tested this level. Broke above it temporarily. Let's see, what else do we have? Has anyone made any trades today? Anyone? Kind of curious what you guys are doing. VRAX. Low float, tons of volume. All right, I'm going to get my trader view. I'm going to import my trades. Let's see. Export to file. This is a good time since I'm in timeout to see what's going on for today. So I'm going to be super careful about my next trade because if I get another red trade, I'm out. Well, so we had this question come up the other day about large sellers, right? And one of you guys said that they consider a large seller if the order is more than 0.2% of the float. And then from my research, it was the metric was 5 times the other orders around it. So if we're looking at the level 2, and again, for that last trade, I wasn't looking at the level 2. I was looking at the tape, but I wasn't looking at the level 2. But here, 99. See that one for 99,000, and all the other orders around it are like 100, 700. That would definitely be a big seller. And then if I'm trying to buy in, it's going to have to grind through those orders before it gets to mine. I mean, I guess it's relative. What would you guys? Hey, Wayne. Oh, I got your email. Thank you about the pivot points. Yeah, so that's what I would consider a big seller. I think there's no way to do the math quickly if it's close, but if it's really obvious, like here, we saw that seller for 93 with that 93,000 shares. That is definitely a big seller. Here there's a buyer for 7,000, but then there's one for 50. I saw on the bid there was an order for 58,000 shares. So I think it's not the absolute number, it's the relative number from what I gather. I'm curious what you guys use. Yeah, so I think it's relative to the other orders on the level 2. Because for one stock, it might be, 10,000 might be a big order, but for another stock, 100,000 might be a big order. Let's see how silver's doing. Wayne, you said you're trading silver. Oh, okay. Oh, look at that. Nice run up. Nice. Right there. That's 68. Wow, almost $1 a share. Nice. Okay, so I'm just importing my trades into TraderView. I am red on the day. I'm 50% accuracy in red on the day. And I'm in timeout because I had 2 red trades in a row, guys. So hopefully I will, I haven't had any stop violations though. On my 2 red trades, I got out by my stop. So I had a HIVE day breakout. Let's see. The first 2 trades were on SBFM. I had a HIVE day breakout. I saw price hesitation and I got out before I saw a second indicator. Okay. And on my second trade in SBFM, that was also a HIVE day breakout. And on that one, price dropped, and then there was price hesitation. Okay. And then I traded a third one on SBFM, and that was a micro pullback, but I didn't think this was not a strong, it was not a strong entry. And the price dropped, and I saw red on the tape. Okay. And then I took a trade on VRAX. I was looking for a high of day breakout. price dropped. Obviously, red on the tape. I should have sold when I saw both indicators. Okay, so I held it too long, but I didn't violate my stop. My stop was 10 cents a share. So, okay, so, but one of the things I could have done better is on that last trade, I saw 2 exit indicators. I was supposed to sell when I saw 2, and I didn't do that. So that was my mistake on that one. So I think the third trade, I did not have a strong enough entry. And so I would say that one I would do differently. And on the last trade, I saw 2 indicators and I should have got out when I saw 2. The first 2 trades were pretty clean. On the first trade, I only used 1 indicator. But and I didn't let it run. Okay. So the only trade that was super, super clean was my second trade. And let's see. My only trade that was really clean, no mistakes, no mess ups, was trade number 3. That was the cleanest one out of the 4. So I cannot get another red trade, guys. I got to wait and see if there's something like really, really, really good. Okay, it has to be really obvious, like hitting me over the head with a hammer obvious, okay? I can't risk a third red trade because then I'll be out. All right, so SBFM, you know, it's not even really trending down. It's like, now it's just kind of trading in this channel here. GOVX. Popped up and now it's, you know, VRAX, same thing. All right, let's look at SLV. All right, so it had a good run up. I hope that's when you were in it, Wayne. I know you shared your pivot point strategy with me. I'm going to have to take a closer look at it. I pulled up the pivot point calculator, and I like the fact that it's been used for a long time. I feel like I love the new technology, but one of the things I like about strategies that have been around for a long time is that they're battle tested. You know, I like that. What's CHAI? Slow moving, huh? Well, this is interesting. It's so slow moving. You know, now that I'm really focused on the tape and the level 2, right away, it's like, okay, yeah. I mean, there's just barely a 500,000 in total volume, right? Okay, so it's hard to borrow. But right away, I'm seeing that there's not enough movement. There's not enough action just by looking at this. Just by watching the speed on the tape. That's definitely something that's helped me a lot. And it's also made the trends clearer on the chart, that I'm looking at the trends now, as opposed to looking at 85 indicators. I'm sure I'll go back to putting something on my chart, maybe VWAP or maybe volume bars. But by and large, I feel like I really have to get good at the fundamentals before I can look at 8 million things. I mean, yeah, no matter what all the indicators say, okay, this is just trending in a channel. Geo VX, same thing. VRAX. So yeah, so one of the things that I'm trying to really get better at is looking at big sellers on the ask and also looking at the volume and the speed of the tape. Like I end up looking at just the price and looking at the volume, like the number of shares being traded, I think is important too. And I just haven't got to the level where I'm seeing that yet. So, okay. So now I'm trying to watch and see. Oh, there was someone that sold for 13,000 shares. So seeing big sales on the tape. 16,000. I just saw someone sell 16,000 shares. 13,000 shares. Yeah, according to studies in tape reading, I'm supposed to be doing this for 27 hours a week. I'm like, for years. I'm like, that's going to be kind of hard to do, but I think that like focusing on this for 1 week is smart. And there's some people who don't even use level 2. They just use the bid and the spread and the tape. That's like super minimal, right? Like, how would I even do that? Would I? What does maximize sell mean? Oh, look at that. If I just wanted to trade on the tape, no chart. That's crazy. Like it's 1910. Okay, silver's popping back up. It's funny because I used to use trend lines, and then I had so many things on my chart, I stopped using trend lines. And now that I have less on my chart, I've been looking at the trend lines again, and it's just making the chart pattern a lot clearer. So I'm liking that a lot. Oh, look at that. Now look at that. All that buying on the tape. Now okay, 204, 204, 203. So for those of you who don't want to pay for level 2 on Webull, maybe it's enough just to have level 1, which is this top section here with the spread, the bid and the ask, and the tape. Maybe that's enough, right? I was saying before, like, I can't trade without level 2. Maybe I can. Maybe I can trade without level 2. Do I really need it? How's the stock market today? The U.S. stock market is extending Friday's losses as investors grapple with escalating Middle East tensions, rising oil prices, and surging treasury yields. Futures indicate continued pressure as markets enter a busy earnings week. Lots of earnings news. Okay. Okay. How's your silver going, Wayne? Pop back up a little bit. Let's see. According to NXXT, according to, and that was on, didn't Ross talk about that in his watch list video yesterday? So NXXT popped up. Hard to borrow. $0.52 to 63 cents. Let's see, CREG, HIVE, HIVE. Look at this one. Big float. Big float. I think I've traded this one before, though. Yeah, okay. Yep, I did. I traded this before. Hard to borrow, but like big float. Look at that. It's going for high of day, 339 to 359. SFBM is, no. Oh, wow. Wow, look at that. That is definitely the classic example of bulls take the stairs and bears take the window, right? Wow, look at that. That's crazy. VRAX just trending down. HIVE making a run for high of day. Wow. Okay. Still in SLV, sold my Bitcoin last week. Yeah, Bitcoin is falling. I know. I was watching it over the weekend a lot, like yesterday. I was like, no. I was really hoping it would break 85, but yeah. I mean, I don't have a ton of Bitcoin in there, it's just, but I was investing in it for long term, but I was going to take some profit off the table if it broke 85. I was in Bitcoin a long time ago, and I ended up selling it for like good profit. Like I made like 200% or some crazy amount of money. It was good, but like I didn't have a ton of it, but I made a good profit percentage wise on it. I got out of it because people were like, oh, what are you doing? That's crazy. Why would you invest in Bitcoin? And I had read the Bitcoin Standard. I can't remember the name of the author of the Bitcoin Standard. He's a professor. I'd read it. I've read it twice actually. um, Saifuddin Ammous. I can't pronounce his name correctly. I'm sorry, I butchered his name, but I think he's a Lebanese professor. Anyway, he wrote this book on called The Bitcoin Standard. That's very good. I've read it twice. I have a copy of it in my bookshelf over here, and I felt like I did my research and like I understood the difference between Bitcoin and other crypto. However, oh look, Hive broke Hive day. I can't get in though. I'm in timeout until 8:19. 4 more minutes. So I felt like I made a calculated decision to get into Bitcoin, but I caved to pressure. This was a while ago, long time ago. Yeah, that's the problem with level 2 is that you're watching level 2 and then orders pop on and pop off just to kind of get people to react. So I'm kind of, I'm on the fence. I might cut out level 2. It's like I might go real minimal, the tape in the chart. Look at this. It confirmed above high of day, but I can't trade yet. So yeah. So then I got a little bit more Bitcoin, and but I don't day trade it or even swing trade it. It's more long-term investing. But I was going to take a little profit off the table if it hit 85, but I will hang in there. Oh, look it. Okay. It's confirming above high of day. Pulling back a little bit. But what I like about Bitcoin is you can trade it 24/7 and you can watch it on the weekend. So yesterday I was practicing my tape reading for like an hour just watching on Coinbase, watching the tape. It's set up a little differently, like on Coinbase, I think it's the price first and then the time, and I don't know, the order of the 3 columns is different. So I was like, messing with my head. Okay, so HIVE is getting up there, and they have news. So let's see. They have good news. Let's see. I'm going to look at the daily chart. I can't get in yet. There is a window. Look at this. Back to 475. I mean, I think they could climb up today. Look at this, though. It's really making a run for it, huh? All right, AIM. Oh. Yeah, that's the problem with level 2 is you can have fake orders on there, and then of course it's the future. It's like it's a potential future, but it's not necessarily the future. You have hidden buyers, you have hidden sellers. People mention dark pools. That's a book that's on my reading list. I have not read Dark Pools yet, and that's on my reading list. I've heard it's good. All right, it looks like we have an actual pullback now, and I can trade again, but I'm gonna look and see what's going on here. Yeah, so the level 2 can be kind of potentially distracting. If I took my level 2 off, I wonder if I can, so I would have to use the bid and the ask over here on the active trader window, I guess, or up here on the chart, right? As long as I can see the bid and the ask, I think it's still important to see the spread, but do I need, look at this. I don't know. I think I would like to see a pullback where people take profit off the table. Like here, there was a small pullback. Here, oh, I'm seeing selling at 381. Yeah, I mean, I'm just really like simplifying, and I don't think that's a bad thing. Like if I go here, let's see, where is it? Customize grid. I just did that. Okay. All right. Let's take a look here. So I still have the spread. All right. The bid and the ask right here. You can see I have the spread here. I have the spread here. All right. I still have the closing price from yesterday. So, you know, I like to see stocks that have gapped up from the previous day's close. And this is like a quick and dirty way to do it, right? I see that, yes, the price is up from yesterday's close. Clearly more than 10%. Pretty soon I'm going to have nothing on my chart, and I'm just going to be like plugged into the laptop like it's the Matrix. The experiment continues. Wow, this is a lot more peaceful though, because I'm looking at the remaining information more closely, right? Like I was like, all right, I'm looking for a pullback here. And it is a pullback, but it's choppy looking. Real choppy. Let me hide my taskbar so it's cleaner looking. There we go. There we go. More real estate for the chart. Well, this is easier to see, right? I don't think I can make the font on this any larger though. Look at this, 1 share. Wait a minute. What? Wait a minute. Why does it only say one share? Oh, I wonder if I have to have the level 2 here. In order to see the wait a minute. Why is this not? Okay, I think I have to have the level 2 up in order to see the share size on the time and sales. When I hid this, it only showed one share. Oh my God, allergies this season. Whew. My eyes are like streaming all the time. I think I have to have the level 2 up in order to show the share size. But what I could do is I think, do this. All right. There we go. Now I can see, how far will it go over? Okay. Now I can see the share size. That was interesting. Oh, good morning, Aligos. HEBC, 100. What, 100? Oh, so that's how it used to be on Thinkorswim. It used to be like if it said 1, it was like a lot of 100, a lot of 100 shares. But I don't think that's what was happening. I think I have to have the level 2 open in order to show the share size. Now on Thinkorswim, it shows the actual number of shares. These aren't lots of 100. These are the actual shares, which I'm glad they made that change. It was like kind of silly, honestly. So SBFM. But now I can just see the time and sales with the actual share sizes. And I've got the spread here. I've got the previous day's close here. Let's look at one that's a little slower moving. So I don't know. Will I be able to trade without level 2? I was saying at one point, I can't trade without level 2, but can I? I mean, I can see the orders coming through on here. I can see the size of the orders. See, one for 7,900, a sale for 7,900, 10,000 shares. You know, if I have the level 2 and I see a big seller on the ask and that order is pulled and canceled, it's not really accurate, right? LABT. Oh, that's just going into the toilet. So this is what's actually happening, right? This is an experiment, guys. I want to see what is the essential. And the tape, right, is one of the essential things. And it's crazy that there were no charts before. I'm reading studies in tape reading, and it is very interesting to think that this is the only thing that's actually happening in real time. These are the orders coming through. 1,000 shares sold to 2,700. So here I can see the actual volume, and 4,000 bought, I think it's helpful to understand level 2 to understand how the orders work on the bid and the ask, right? I think that's important. And it's kind of cool to see your order on the bid or the ask. I think that's helpful too, because you're like, when are they going to pick up my order? Oh, okay. Bye, Wayne. Good luck on Apple. So yeah, this is my experiment this week, is to just really focus on especially tape reading. An order for 8,000 shares sold, 23,000 shares sold. Wow, that's a big order. See that? This is actually really helpful. It's 8:30. If I'm not in a trade at 8:45, I'll probably take a break sometime between 8:30 and 9. I'm low on tea, guys. So, I don't know. This is like very peaceful to me, just looking at the time and sales and the chart. I'm getting hooked on this very peaceful way of looking at things. So let's get on the list here. SBFM. GOVX, VRAX, NXXT, LABT, HIVE, CHI. Yeah, everything's kind of down, huh? So, oops, LABT. So, yeah, everything's kind of down today. Top gappers with volume. Let's see. Now, if I have it up like this, if I have just my time and sales and my chart, you know, I got to look at the spread, but that's not too hard to do. Honestly, this is like a great minimal setup for me. LABT has good news. They're under 20 million shares. They have 20 million in volume. HIVE, that has a lot of it's a higher float, obviously, much higher float. So yeah, I'm just really practicing. I'm reading, for those of you who joined recently, I'm reading Studies in Tape Reading by Richard Wyckoff, old book from 1910. It's kind of a classic. And I'm really focusing on tape reading this week so that I can get my basics dialed in. I even hid my level 2. So if I really need level 2? I don't know. I'm questioning everything right now. You know? And yeah, I'm questioning everything. I mean, everything can't be equally important, right? that is definitely the thing that kind of hit home for me, is everything can't be equally important. You know, I'm pulling up my trading plan. I'm really just honestly starting to question, like, do I really need all this extra stuff? Because make sure I'm not blocking my camera here. My little laptop ring light. Yeah, just felt really overwhelmed the last 2 months, and I have been in a process of doing less, 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 and less, and seeing how that works out. Honestly, I mean, I've had a ton of red days lately, but they're small red days. I'm getting more consistent. My losses are, you know, the big, huge, massive losses, those aren't happening anymore. So I'm getting more consistent. Look, a big order for 7,300 shares to sell. Well, no, these aren't orders. These are actual fills. 17,000 shares sold. I'm out of timeout. I can trade again, but if I get a third red trade, then I can't trade with cash. I'll have to switch to my paper trading account. So I'm going to be really picky about the next trade that I take and try to get even a small green trade, you know, so that I can stay in the game for the rest of the morning. But now I'm kind of questioning, you know, one of the things that was holding me back from doing Weeble was, oh, I need the level 2. Maybe I don't. I mean, I've got the spread right here, the bid and the ask. I've got the previous day's close. LABT. Nope. That took pretty much, not a complete round trip, but that is too bad. They had news. They reported NU3 data and they completed key manufacturing milestones ahead of planned phase. Biotech news that's why I stopped worrying so much about the news, because I would see good news and I'd be like, oh, this stock's going to go. But I think with small caps, it's not as big of a deal, honestly. VRAX is making a potential recovery. GOVX is trending down, so I'm going to take that off here. SBFM, LABT. Ooh. If any of you have had any good or interesting trades this morning, please share them in the chat, you know, so that we can all get in on the story, hear what you're up to. I want to hear what you guys are up to as well. So yeah, so right now, for those of you who just joined, I am this week's focus. I'm laser focused on the tape and level 2, and I've hidden my level 2. I'm focused on the tape. I really want to dial in on tape reading. And that is my goal for the week. It's crazy because, you know, of course, I started with so much on my on my chart. But one of the things I'm learning since I started trading early last year is that just like every other thing in my life that I've been successful at, I need to make it fit my own personality. And I am a minimalist. So for me, having a million, I need to know what all the indicators are. I might use them, you know, I might put some of them back on my chart, and it's good to explore that. But I was a slave to the indicators, and I was not looking at the basics, which, oh, buy for 10,000, buy for, oh, look at this. Now, see, now I'm noticing the sizes of the fills on the tape. 1,000 shares here. 2,000 sold, 1,000 sold, 2,900 bought, 1,000 bought. So the reason I have HIVE up is because it's moving a little bit slower, so I can kind of see what's happening. Like SBFM, look at this, 220. SBFM, 225 million in total shares. This is still moving slower than it was, I think. But you can see 6 shares, 1 share, 6 shares, 3 shares, lots of tiny little orders, 1,000, 1,000. So I finished chapter 1 of Wyckoff's book yesterday. I'll probably do my next book review on it. And I know it was written before they were still making placing their orders with a phone over the phone with a broker, but I feel like the principles are interesting because this is the only thing that's actually has all the information. Whoops. So I think maybe the next book I'm going to read is Dark Pools, because it's about the transactions that don't show up on the level. I think it's the transactions that don't show up on the level 2, but they do have to show up on the tape eventually. And not everything shows up on the tape in real time. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Those were my, so I had two on SBFM, I had 2 green trades and 1 red trade. So I was green on SBFM, but then I took 1 red trade on VRAX. And that kind of killed my P&L for the day. But SBFM felt pretty good. Yeah, that felt pretty good. So thank you. Thank you for noticing. Yeah, I mean, I am finding it way easier to trade with this minimalist layout. Oh my God, guys, it's so much easier, you know, for me, because I'm a minimalist, and I was overwhelmed by looking at too many things at once. And I kept feeling like I'm missing something. I'm missing something. It's because I wasn't looking at the basics. I was not looking at the basics. But now I'm seeing the orders come, you know, the orders come through. But I guess, dark pools can mess up the print, because the tape, because they don't come through in real time. But yes, I'm really trying to strip back to the basics. And when I was trading earlier, the 4 trades that I made, it did feel a lot more peaceful. Even though things were moving quickly, I didn't have to sift through, 12 different things to decide if I should enter the trade, and 12 different things to decide if I should exit the trade. I was looking at the basics. So maybe once I get really solid at reading the tape and getting my exit indicators nailed down and my entry indicators nailed down, maybe after that I will add on things like VWAP or volume bars. But my trading plan is getting smaller and smaller because I'm definitely you know kind of switching around what I'm doing here, streamlining. All right, just making some adjustments to my trading plan, which is getting smaller and smaller. It is definitely getting smaller and smaller. I have it over on Substack. I posted it over on Substack. And I'm definitely simplifying for sure. I think I will feel that way once I get better at reading the basics. The problem is I was looking at all of that, and instead of using VWAP and the 9 EMA and all of that as confirmation, I was looking at that as the main thing. So this is an experiment. This isn't like I'm not going to keep this permanently, but I want to make sure that I'm focusing on the fundamentals, and that things like VWAP or 9 EMA or 20 EMA are confirmation, not the thing I'm looking at. And also, there were too many things going on. I was struggling to look at everything. So this is more of an experiment. It's like if you were trying to improve your golf swing, right? You wouldn't try to improve everything all at once. That's too many things to focus on. I'm focusing on one skill set at a time, and then hopefully put it all back together. I don't know if any of you have read Don't Shoot the Dog. Let me see. Let me see if I can find the book by Karen Pryor. This is a great book. Hold on. my copy is. But Don't Shoot the Dog by Karen Pryor. She was a animal trainer, and I've used her techniques for years because I also coach athletes, and I was an amateur athlete myself. And one of the things that she talks about in the book is like, imagine you're trying to train a dog to sit, right? You have to isolate the cues, right? And isolate the behavior that you want to have. So same thing, like if you're fixing your golf swing, right? I guess you would work on the position first. And she's like, just isolate the position, isolate that one criteria, and reward that. Okay, so you'd be like, every time you do the swing a little bit better, you're like, good job, James, good job, right? And then and you only work on that one skill in that one training session. Okay, so if we think of today's trading session, like my training session, I'm isolating one skill today. Tomorrow, I might work on a different skill. And she's like, the next time you go to work on your golf game, you might work on, I don't know, I don't play golf. I have no idea. I'm just thinking the speed of your swing, okay? And you only work on the speed of the swing. And then when you're playing the game, everything kind of comes together, right? So that's what I'm doing here. I am isolating trading skills in order to improve that particular skill set. Later on, I'll probably put it all back together, right? But what I was finding was I was not focused on the right things because everything is not equally important. I was looking at all the indicators and everything, and I was really losing track of the basics. And honestly, I mean, I'm not sure I'll put as many indicators back on as I had, because if I find that I'm only going to put back the stuff that's going to really hit home for me. But highly recommend Don't Shoot the Dog by Karen Pryor. It is an excellent book for teaching yourself to do anything. I don't know if I have it on my YouTube book list, but it is such a great book for teaching yourself. She talks about isolating skills in a training session to improve. So, I coach athletes, so like we'll isolate one particular skill set in a training session, and then we'll have them put it all back together later on. So I'm still in the learning stages, right? I think if I put something back on, it'll probably be VWAP or the volume bars. And maybe I'll put back one thing at a time and see how I do. But I was just too distracted by too many things going on, and I wasn't really looking at the fundamentals. It's like, if I was skipping a step, I think, personally. And another book that I love is this book. I have this book right here. It's called The Art of Learning. The Art of Learning by Josh Whiteskin. I think this is in my book list on my description. And Josh Whiteskin was a chess champion. He was a chess champion. Okay. The movie Searching for Bobby Fischer was written about him. He was a chess prodigy as a child. And then he actually became a push hands champion in China. That's a martial art in China. And now he's a black belt under Marcelo Garcia in New York City. And he is this book has been fundamental to me learning everything that through my amateur athlete career. This was fundamental to my mindset. And so I'm applying a lot of these principles to learning trading. And one of the things he talks about is going deeply into less. And that really resonated with me as far as trading goes. I realized that I was trying so hard. I started off watching Warrior Trading's, I still watch Ross's recap every day, and I'm taking his classes, I'm going through his classes and everything like that. But of course, we all start off trading following a mentor, right? So Ross has been my mentor. even though like I don't know him personally, but I read his book like 4 times. And so I was been following his plan because he's successful. And I feel like if it's good enough for Ross Cameron, it's probably good enough for someone like me. But as far as being authentic to my personality, I think, to look at less, but also focus on the fundamentals. And that's something that I think I was lacking. And honestly, having this channel helped me identify that, because being accountable to you guys in real time has really hit home what I'm doing. I'm accountable to my decisions. And so this book, I highly recommend it. The Art of Learning by Josh Whiteskin. And he just talks about going deeply into less. And he has been at the top levels of multiple disciplines. Okay, chess, which is one of the most difficult mental sports in the world. He's been an athlete at the highest levels. He was a champion in China as a Westerner. And now he's a black belt under Marcelo Garcia. So for those of you who do jiu-jitsu, Marcelo Garcia is like one of the goats, right? One of the goats. And and a lot of top athletes refer to this book, or people that are learning. And I just highly recommend this book. Like, this is my third paper copy. My first copy like fell apart. The spine fell apart. I read it so many times. But he just talks a lot about going into, really going deeper into things, and to the point where and I'm paraphrasing here, but kind of to the point where you move past the obvious. Okay. Yes. I'm a very like rudimentary chess player, like beginner chess player. My son is amazing at chess, but yes. So Josh Whiteskin. I've read this book so many times. Highly recommend it, guys, when you're learning any kind of skill. Like, yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, chess is, my kids, when they were little, I brought them to a chess club. My son's very good. My daughter hated it. She was like, I really, really hate this. But, I'm like a novice chess player. Like, I'm not good. But, and of course, chess is different than trading, right? But I feel like the principles of learning apply. So I'm a big, big, big Josh Whiteskin fan. I'm a fangirl of Josh Whiteskin. Yeah. And the movie Searching for Bobby Fischer is really good, but this book goes beyond his chess career. It goes into his martial arts career as well. And yeah, I just love the way he thinks about learning, and how to recover when you start sort of spiraling, in his mental game. I love his mental game. So, Wayne, do you feel like you bring the skills you have from chess into trading, and how do you apply that? I'm curious. I'd love to hear more about that. Yeah, I'm such a fangirl of Josh Whiteskin. It's crazy. Because, like I said, I was an amateur athlete for like 12 years, and I coach athletes now. And this book got me through a lot of competing. That is so cool. That is so cool. Yeah, I'm a huge fangirl. Yeah, he's the GOAT. He really is. Um, that's very cool. I just love his mental game, and I love his approach to learning. Like I said, the 2 books, and I don't know where my copy of Don't Shoot the Dog is, but my 2 books on how to teach yourself how to learn, my 2 book recommendations would be Don't Shoot the Dog by Karen Pryor. And don't be put off by the fact that it's an animal training book. It's basically behavioral psychology. See? I love it. I love it. So I love the fact that, he's able to take things and translate them from 2 seemingly different disciplines and apply the same learning principles. And you can do that as well with chess and trading. So, Art of Learning and Don't Shoot the Dog. I know I have a copy of Don't Shoot the Dog around here somewhere. I might have lent it out actually, because that book is just on point in terms of behavioral psychology and learning how to train yourself to do something. So, to circle back to what we were saying, James, I am like following the philosophies that I've developed in other areas of my life. And I am trying to look at less to do more and also focus on one skill at a time, which is why I have a weekly goal so that I'm not looking at too much at the same time. I know we just kind of like went off the rails here, like kind of off of trading, but not really, because this is directly relevant. I'm still learning, and this is directly relevant to my ability to learn trading. It's like, it's not just learning something, but it's like how you learn something that I think matters. Your king is your trading entry. Look at you, Wayne, dropping knowledge on our chat. I love it. Yeah, so I will probably put indicators back on here and there, but I want to make sure that I'm not relying on the indicators more than I should, because those are lagging indicators. And I really want to make sure that I have a solid understanding of tape reading, level 2, and the chart. And honestly, just watching the tape is incredibly helpful. So I'm going back. Let me look at the scanners. We've got HIVE, VRAX. Yeah, but I can't say enough good things about Josh Whiteskin's book. Really, really, really good. Like, his book, his chapter, Investment and Loss, and is so relevant because in trading, how much more concrete could our losses be than a red day or a green day? That's just so concrete. And then using adversity, yeah, it just really resonated with me. The power of presence, oh man, this book, I can't say enough about it. Okay. I wish he would come out with I know he has that attacking chess book, but I heard that he was maybe coming out with another follow-up to the Art of Learning. Let's see. I heard he was coming up with a follow-up. Let me look on Amazon. Not yet, but that's what I heard. I heard he was coming out with another book eventually. Yeah, I'm definitely a fan of that. So that's kind of affecting my strategy as far as approaching trading, because at first I was really just like following Ross letter for letter. But one of the things you don't see behind the scenes of people that are at the top of their game is the thousands and thousands of hours of work that goes into the minutia. But I'm putting it on display. I'm learning in public. And so I feel like the tape reading is something that I really have to dial in. Like HIVE, this is going a little bit slower than SBFM and VRAX, so it's a little bit easier to see. But even on VRAX, you know, just kind of watching the size of the orders, getting a sense of, is it red? Is it green? The speed of the tape. So some of the things I'm looking for. These are the things I'm looking for this week. Let me find my I've even simplified it since I wrote my post on Substack this morning. All right, these are the things I'm looking for. I'm looking for the price moving up, no price hesitation, green on the tape, and the speed, the trades speeding up, the speed of on the tape. Okay. I mean, I guess if I see big sellers on the tape, that's going to influence my decision, right? If I see big buy orders, the same thing if I see a lot of large red transactions on selling. Well, this is an interesting conversation. I mean, thank you for challenging me on it. I'm not permanently keeping all the indicators off, but I do think I need to get good at this. This is the fundamental, right? The other stuff is fancy and looks good, but that only works if I'm paying attention more to this, I think. Like you said it in your comment, confirm. Their confirmation, right? It should be confirming something that you already see. But I wasn't using them as confirmation. I was using them as like the actual thing. So all right. So let me go back to the scanner. Yeah, I took this when I was competing as an athlete. I took this book with me to almost all my competitions. It came with me it even came with me in my bag, in my gym bag. All right. So wow. Look at the volume on these, but SBFM is probably on the back side of the move, right? And wow, silver's making a nice run up. Look at that. Boom, 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 boom. Ding, 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 ding. So yeah, I think for me, a lot of it is going to be this week. Maybe it's too boring, but look at here. We get a sale for 3,000 shares. All right, guys, I'm going to take a break. I have not taken a break yet today. I'm going to take a break. I'm going to get more tea. I'll be back in about 5 minutes and we'll see what happens at the market open. I'm going to switch my strategy to looking for opening range breakouts. And hopefully I get a green trade on my next one. All right, I'll see you guys in about 5 minutes. I'm back. All right. Let's see what's going on. Oh, okay. Ooh, 17 cents a share. Yay! That's awesome. Let's see. INTC. Whoops. INTC and CISS. Nice. Nice. Oh, wow. Look at that. That's awesome. In and out. Nice. And INTC is up a lot. Look at that. But they have 5 billion shares outstanding. Holy moly. CISS, again, higher float, but wow, that's awesome. Wow, congratulations. Good job. Woohoo. I love seeing you guys succeed because if you're succeeding, maybe I can succeed too. I love it. Oh, look at that. All right, so it had a pullback. A few topping tails, of course. So at the open, I'm going to switch to looking for an opening range breakout. See what I can find there. All right, top, let's see. Pre-market movers. So I'm going to take VRAX. That's just trending down. Wow, 5 billion shares outstanding. I should have taken SBFM off because I'm going to do my recap. All right, so yeah, just kind of waiting. I think at this point, I'm just kind of waiting for market open. Hopefully I can get something green at the market open. That's my hope. We've got 10 minutes. HIVE making another move up. HIVE day is up here. Look at that. What a nice breakout there. That's 10 cents a share. 283. 279. 380. 1 cent spread. $384. 385 maybe. Let's see. 385. It literally tapped high of day. I'm hoping for a breakout. There we go. Okay, I probably shouldn't have sold so quickly, but that was a high of day breakout, which seems to be apparently my thing today. It's my thing today. All right, and I saw some price hesitation, and I don't think I waited for a second indicator. Okay, I think I just kind of saw that it was green and got excited and took my trade, which apparently is the pattern. All right, so yeah, I'm looking for, I saw the price moving up, so that was my entry indicator. Green on the tape, trade speeding up. I saw the price hesitation at one point, and then I didn't use a second exit indicator. This is where I'm really flubbing it, guys. The second exit indicator. I'm seeing one, and then I'm seeing it go green again, and then I'm just like getting out. However, in this case, that, you know, kept me from making a disastrous, having another red trade, which would have put me out for the day. Weird. I've had 4 high of day breakout trades today. That's weird. I don't think I've ever had that many high of day breakouts in one day. So I'm curious if stripping everything down is going to, I'm going to be taking different types of setups, you know? Interesting. Very interesting. Let's see, VRAX. No, not really doing anything. Ooh, INTC made another break, but that's too high of a price for me. But still interesting to look at. Okay. And let's see, CISS. It looks choppy to me. I'm glad you got a trade on that run up, Illegos. I'm glad to see that you got that. Well, I'm glad I got out of HIVE when I did. CMND. Let's take a look. CMND. I don't I'm really liking this. I mean, I know I'm red on the day, but I've had 3 green trades, 2 red trades. I haven't I haven't had any stop violations. I haven't had any timeout violations. You know, I haven't held past my stop. I haven't, yeah. I mean, my win rate is over 50% right now. The only thing is, it's just, you know, my P&L is red. So, wow. Wow. Okay. Okay. In the mid 50s. Wow. Yeah. I mean, it's possible for Bitcoin to take a dive. The thing is, Ross Cameron said it before that crypto and small caps tend to be correlated. So if that's the case, right? Um, you know, what does that say about small caps right now? You know, like if we look at the S&P 500, there was a pullback on Friday, right? So is this like an early signal of a pullback for small caps? You know? Well, maybe it is heading back down from, you know, it looked like it might have, I thought it was going to break 85, but it didn't. It went up to like 83. Now it's coming back down again. I mean, I really don't have enough to make a big deal. I was going to pull some profit out if it hit 85, but yeah, like right now it's at 77. But I don't know. Maybe people are just taking profit. I don't know. The news isn't great this week, you know. But I don't day trade Bitcoin. I bought it for the long term, and I've been sitting on it because I do think that crypto's not going anywhere. Well, Bitcoin. So again, talking about books, I don't know where my Don't Shoot the Dog is. I must have lent it out, but The Bitcoin Standard, great book. Okay. I've read it twice. It is excellent if you want to understand how Bitcoin truly works, and why it's different than a lot of the other cryptos out there. I know that crypto over the last 5 years has developed a lot. It's a lot deeper, but this is very, very helpful to understand. You know, it kind of gives you the history of currency. It talks about gold and, you know, yeah, this is very, very interesting book, The Bitcoin Standard. Oh, market's open. Let's see. So now I'm looking for an opening range breakout. So I'm actually going to switch to the 5-minute chart. And again, this is a setup that I am experimenting with. So I'm going to look for opening range breakouts at different time frames. I'm going to look for opportunities at the 5-minute, at the 15-minute, and if I can hang in there. Yes, market open. Woohoo! I should get like confetti or something. Oh, then I have to clean it up, but and then if I'm going to stick around past 10, a little bit past 10, I'll look for one at the 30-minute mark, but I'm definitely experimenting with opening range breakouts now. So I'm going to look at, I'm also going to trade with less shares, maybe 1, maybe 5, depending on what it is. Okay, no more than 10 shares. No more than 10 shares. So I'll put 10, but like if I really don't want to trade with more than 10 shares. I'm experimenting with this setup, so I'm going to take it easy with the share size. Also, the price might be way higher than $10, so of course I'm going to be more careful about that. Well, whatever this is, it's looks like it's halted already. Artificial intelligence. Yep, halt, trading halt. Status. Oh, but that was at 8:55. Huh. Okay. Why did the charts look weird to me? GOVX. But I also want to look at things like silver. I'm playing with this. I'm playing with the whole thing. Since silver's trending up, I'm gonna look at the opening range on silver. Let's look at Tesla, Nvidia. Oops. GOVX. That's a small cap. Low float, I should say. Low float. SBFM. I'm going to look at the TSLL. What? Interesting. Doji. This is a really peaceful setup. I am really liking the opening range breakout. It's a very peaceful, low stress setup. I'm going to look at both. I'm going to look at the 5-minute and then if I don't get a trade, if I get a trade or don't get a trade, whatever, that's fine. And then I'll look at the 15-minute and then I'll look at the 30-minute because I'm experimenting to see which time frame works best for me. So yeah, I'm going to look first for the 5-minute and then if I If I'm out of a trade by 15 minutes, then I'll look for something at the 15 minutes. But I am really, I'm really curious about this setup. And I actually did a video on it this weekend that'll come out next weekend. So I think I want to wait for a candle to close above the breakout. And so that's within the, I mean, I don't really need to put the low, right? Because that's kind of implied. So get all that buying at 223. Oh, did it halt? Oh, did I get stuck in a halt? I think I did. Oh no, I don't want to be stuck in a halt. I think I got stuck in a halt. Yuck. Okay, HG. So that's a valid strategy, right? But I am now stuck in a halt. I don't like that. All right. Well, let's see. When did the halt start? 9:37. 9:37. So hopefully at 9:42, I can get out of this halt. 9:42 and 27 seconds. Let me see what else is going on. GOVX. VRAX. CISS below, TSLL below, CMND below. HIVE. I shouldn't be taking those off my list though, because they could pop up, right? For the 15-minute, that could be different. So SLM. Oh, wow. Wayne, good for you. Well, I mean, it's possible. It's the first halt. Wow, good for you with the silver. Good for you. Let's see. Nice. Nice. Yeah, I mean, the halt might not be a terrible thing. Let's see. It's got 2 more minutes. Hopefully it's only a 5-minute halt. We'll see what happens. Let's see. I'm in at, I only bought 10 shares because I'm practicing with 10 shares while I work on the opening range breakout. So I'm in at 221. I'm up 20 cents right now, guys. And but it's up 2 cents a share. We'll see what happens when when trading resumes. I'm not loving being stuck in a halt, but so I will probably try to exit with a market order, not a limit order. I might get a lot of slippage, but I'm worried that it won't catch my order and then I'll end up getting stuck in it. So I'm actually going to put a stop. Let's see, 197. I'm going to put a stop at 195. Oh, extended hours must be limit order. So wait a minute. Oh, okay, that is above the bid. Oh, I can't put, what? The bid is at 223. Extended hours must be. So if I put day, there we go. Now I have a stop order and it halted again. Oh my God, what a mess. So I couldn't put the stop loss order because I had extended here on this little window. So then I finally fixed that because my stop is right below. I'm putting a tight stop. My stop is right below the top of the opening range. But it started to nosedive and go down, but I wanted to get the stop on first just in case. I don't have anything to show me when it will resume. I use trading, let's see. NASDAQtrader.com will show the current halt, but it doesn't show, it shows the, it doesn't show the resumption time or the, like it will show it after. So wait a minute. It doesn't show the resumption trade time. So I can't see that on Thinkorswim. I don't know if anyone can see that, but so my last trade was a green trade. So if I get a red trade, I'm not out for the day, but I do have to take a 15-minute timeout. But we'll see what happens. It hasn't hit my stop, but I feel like this isn't good. Do you use, Illegos, do you use something that will tell you the actual, like how long the halt is? Because the first halt is usually 5 minutes. The second halt might be 5 minutes or it could be 10 minutes. I could be kind of stuck in this thing, but I've got my stop loss order on there. So, you know, it's not the end of the world, right? Now, if I want to get out of the trade, what I can do is I can once trading resumes, I can flatten the order, which will cancel the stop order and put in a market order at whatever price I hit flatten at. So I can do that. So NASDAQ trading, let's see, let me show you. This is the website that I found. So this has the current halts. Like you can see, HCAI apparently is in a halt, SBFM. And it gives you the reason. LUDP is an acronym that basically stands for like a volatility halt. Okay. HCAI as well. But it doesn't give you the resumption price. So HCAI, is that halted up or down? That's halted down. So I might end up missing the 15-minute window. I guess it's not a big deal because I can, I have a stop. So, and I'm only trading 10 shares. So this is minimizing my risk. It's not the end of the world, right? So 9:42 and 45 seconds. So 9:47 and 45 seconds. So it's possible that it could resume in 15 seconds. Let's see. Unless it's a 10-minute halt, in which case it's going to take longer. So it must be a 10-minute halt. So let's see. If it halted at 9:42:45, it should have started at 9:47:45. So this might be a 10-minute halt. So, all right, I've got my stop on that. So I'm not really going to stress too much about it. All right, so I'm just looking, now I'm looking for 15-minute opening range breakouts. So here on silver, this is the 15-minute, right? It looks like it's breaking out over the 15-minute, but I want to wait for more than a wick. $70.59, $70.57. Now it's below the opening range. 758 is the top of the opening range. GOVX. It did pop up above the 5-minute opening range, but this is the 15-minute opening range. And again, I am literally just practicing here. All right. VRAX. All right, this is the 15-minute opening range. It did pop up and then pop back down. HCAI is out of its halt, but it's not trading above its opening range. HIVE, TSLL, way below SLV. The halt thing, I hate getting stuck in halts. I really hate it. So if it's a 10-minute halt, it'll resume at 9:52 and 45 seconds. 196 on the level 2. Okay. Like here, if we look at level 2, Look at these, that gapped up so much. Wow. So yeah, I'm practicing with it, you know. It's a lot less stressful, honestly, than some other strategies. CMND, is that? Nope, not looking good. I guess if you want a short, that looks good, right? TSLL, look at that popping up. So this is the 15-minute range for TSLL. And it's popping back up inside the range. Okay, silver had one wick that just kind of peaked above the range. But look at silver, you know, it's on an upward trend today. So only you're in RKLB, only 3 shares. Oh, okay, RKLB. Oh, okay. All right, let's see how that goes. Oh, it hit my stop. See, that's why you should have a stop. I did a whole video on how to do a stop loss order yesterday. It's coming out next weekend. That is why. So I am in a 15-minute timeout. So, right? Why isn't it showing my... Oh, here we go. Look at that. And this is why I placed a stop. So 950. So this trade was opening range breakout. And I didn't have an exit indicator. I guess getting halted is an exit indicator. But, you know, look at this. It made almost a complete round trip. So my stop saved my butt. And now I'm in timeout until 10:05. So I can't do the 15-minute breakout, but woohoo! Wow. 344 a share. Illegos, that's amazing. That's amazing. That's awesome. All right, I'm going to take CMND off. Silver, this looks good, but I can't trade till 10:05. So I might be done for the day. As far as, well, I might not, I don't know. We'll see. I'll look at the 30-minute, but I wouldn't be able to get in till 10:05. So I'm not willing to risk a stop violation, guys. So I have criteria that I have to meet before I can move up to 100 shares. Of course, right now I'm only doing 10 shares because it's a brand new setup. But honestly, my scaling up rules, it's not going to be hard. I haven't had any stop violations for a while. Daily loss limit, there's no way I'm going to hit my daily loss limit, which is like $100. I haven't had any timeout violations in a couple of days. My win rate my win rate might not be 50%. My win rate has to be 50%. And my R number has to be more than 0.8. That's where I'm going to get stuck. Oh, now it's halted going down again. Whew, I'm glad I got out at my stop. Wow. That was, I was only in it for 10 shares. So my loss was 17 cents a share. That is a brutal loss. But it's not a stop violation because it got out. It was a full stop. Okay, full stop. That was not a stop violation because I set a stop. Yeah, the 15-minute ORB is like really chill. The 5-minute, I feel like a lot of the halts happen in the first 15 minutes, right? So that's why I'm kind of thinking I've been practicing with 1 to 10 shares, thinking, all right, should I do the 5-minute, the 15-minute, or the 30-minute? But the 5-minute still has a lot of things going on. I mean, there's a lot of volatility, but look at the risk. I lost 17 cents a share. I'm going to have a long recap today. So much happened. I mean, I took 6 trades today. I'm red, but I'm learning. It's the price of my education, my trading education. You know, I can't put so much pressure on myself. That's the other thing. As long as I'm following my rules, I have to stop putting pressure on myself. I know. I lost 17 cents a share. Luckily, it was only, I'm sorry. Wait. Was it 17 cents a share? Sorry, I'm not mathing right now. 1.77. Yeah, 17 cents a share. Can you imagine if I had taken 1,000 shares? It would have been $170. So I'm practicing something new. I'm only using 1 to 10 shares. And it got out at my stop. So, you know, I got to stop putting pressure on myself. Like, I'm learning. That's okay. But yeah, whoops, what was that? Look at that. That is brutal on SBFM. That might be halted for a while. Why did it take that off? SBFM. Yeah, that might be halted for a while. So I think all my trades were on, well, I had 4 trades on SBFM. Had one on VRAX and one on HIVE. Which is trading above the opening range breakout, but there's a lot of topping tails. So it sounds like for the opening range breakout, I want to wait for a candle to close to enter. Let me check if I have that on my list. yeah, I just, okay, so I'm going to add that to my trading plan for entry execution. Wait for a candle to close above top of range. Okay. And the stop just below the top of the range, and the target or 1 times range. Okay, so, and then as far as a target, I've read that you want to look at, like, say 1 or 2 times the length of the range. So honestly, now I put it on the 15-minute here. So now I would be looking for, well, I can't trade until 10:05, so I may be done trading for the day, but coffee time. AIIO. Oh yeah, that halted up. So this is the 30-minute opening range breakout. So that's crazy. So it just, once it hit that 30-minute mark, but yeah, it's halted on the way up. So silver popped up, but this is the 30-minute range. Wait a minute. For silver. So it's more chill for sure. Okay, way more chill. However, it's like, will I even take trades? You know? Oops. So this is the 30-minute opening range. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, let's see what happens though. So I'm curious what happens. Let's see, when did it halt? It halted at 10:01. So it would resume at 10:06. It's not at high of day, right? Nope, high of day is 575. So maybe it's going to go for a high of day breakout. I'm like really into these high of day breakouts, huh? 4 of my trades today were high. 1, 2, 3, 4 of my trades were high of day breakouts today. Look at the daily chart. Oh, it's moving again. It's moving. I'm wondering if it's going to break out over high of day. Popped up over high of day, but $68, $67. I see selling. 1,000 share buying. Oh, it hit my stop, so I had to get out. All right, so I forgot that I only had 10 shares, but thank goodness I did. Okay. High of day breakout. Price dropped. Hit stop. And then I got out. All right, guys, I'm done for the day. Lots of learning, but not lots of money. I'm red again. But I honestly feel like I made a lot of progress today in terms of understanding what's happening on the chart. So, yeah, I'll have my recap out later. I'll just take a break first. I need to take a break. Then I'll put my recap out and I will see you guys tomorrow. And we'll just keep trying to figure this thing out. Bye, everyone. Have a great day.